Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Nice
How's it
to
going,
see you
Zoe?
again.
Yeah, good to see you again, too.
So, Tom, in only 2 weeks' time, Legion is going to be launched.
Right.
Maybe you want to share a little bit more about the storyline of Legion with us?
Yeah, well, I mean, Legion has a massive storyline that involves a ton of different characters and subplots and main plots, but really at the end of the day, it's all about the Legion coming to Azeroth. This is the biggest invasion they've ever launched against Azeroth. They're ready to just go all in on destroying humanity, the Horde,
Lovely.
Alliance, all of them.
So a lot of stuff coming our way. Now, you guys recently released a Harbinger series.
Right.
Maybe you want to tell us what those are about?
It was designed to kind of go into more detail on a couple of the main characters that are part of this expansion. We had Khadgar, we have Illidan, and of course we also have Gul'dan. So we get to learn a lot more about Gul'dan's background, and then of course we learn more about Illidan and his whole storyline and why it is that he's so central to this expansion.
You wish to know the difference between the demons and us.
So now I have Luis and Ian with me. Guys, thanks so much for joining for a quick chat.
My pleasure.
Super happy to be here.
We just had Tom here talking about the Legion storyline. Maybe let's talk a bit about the content coming with Legion.
And boy, is there a lot of it. It feels like every time we're always saying, this is our biggest expansion ever. And, well, this is. This, aside from the standard stuff like leveling to level 110, having a whole new continent to explore, the Broken Isles with its many zones, new dungeons, new raids, we have a wide array of new features. We have World Quests are a brand new feature that makes use of the entire outdoor world. The entire continent of the Broken Isles will scale to match players' level, such that when you hit level 110, rather than just having a small piece of a few zones that feels relevant still, the entire world of the Broken Isles remains relevant. We have literally hundreds of world quests that are randomly chosen on a daily basis such that you might play the game and quest for weeks without seeing all of them or even feeling like you've seen all of them.
That sounds like a lot.
And there's more.
Of course there is
Of
more.
course. We have a scaling mythic dungeon system at max level that basically allows for our dungeons to scale up in difficulty to basically match players' skill. And we're super excited to finally have a way for dungeons to scale, remain relevant, and provide a true parallel path of progression for raiding at endgame.
That's not even all. If you're a PvP player, we have a whole new PvP system where you have PvP-specific talents. We have very custom-made abilities for PvP players, and they'll be able to advance through that tree and select specific skills. And for sort of the really hardcore PvP players, they'll be able to prestige and do it multiple times for cosmetic rewards, so you can show off what a badass PvPer you are.
And speaking of showing off, if showing off in World of Warcraft is your thing, we have a revamp and an overhaul of our transmogrification system. The transmog system opens up this whole world of collection and lets players really customize their appearance in a way that's convenient and lets them show off their character's identity and what they've accomplished in the world like never before.
Speaking of customization, I want to talk a little bit about the Demon Hunter customizations. Players might be familiar with how we introduce Death Knight specific skins for the Death Knight hero class. So Demon Hunters have that plus much more. It's basically the most customization we've ever put into any race class combination, and we think players are really, really going to like it.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. It feels like Christmas came really early this year. That's so much content.
I'm sorry, that's all
to.
Legion has to offer.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, what a disappointment. But no, seriously.
I feel like we're forgetting something.
This is you probably
We probably
did.
are,
You
actually.
probably are, yeah. But yeah, that's actually mind-blowing. There's so much content, but what are you guys having in store for us at Gamescom this year?
I think we're holding one of the biggest Warcraft parties anywhere. We have the Legion Cafe in the heart of Cologne, where over the course of 5 days during Gamescom, we're going to have a wide array of events, community activities, WoW-themed food, live streaming, all kinds of decorations. If you want to go and feel like you are a part of Legion, like you are standing at the helm of a Demon Hunter command ship, show up to the Legion Cafe in Cologne this week.
That sounds so amazing. Definitely something to check out. Now, guys, thank you so much for having a quick chat with me. And are you guys going to be at Gamescom this year as well?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Hey, Zoe,
nice
how's
to
it
see you
going?
again. Take a seat, guys. I can't wait to have a chat with you
I'll see you
guys.
there.
Last week, a new adventure full of surprises launched for Hearthstone again. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. For One Night in Karazhan, the legendary Archmage Medivh has invited you to his castle for an epic party filled with magic, maybe a little bit of mayhem. You might notice that Medivh's actually a little bit younger in this adventure.
And if I may say, rather handsome and charming too. I mean, I didn't really expect him to be a party guy. I mean, I don't think anyone did, but he seems to fit in very well in that host role.
Yeah, we had so much fun with it. I mean, a lot of us have so many fond memories of Karazhan, and it was really cool to go back and reimagine, what that awesome place must have been like in its heyday.
So I have to say, other than Party Boy Medivh, Morrow's also really surprised me, as I didn't expect this take on his personality either.
Yeah, he's a bit overwhelmed. He comes to you when you show up at the party a little bit early and asks for your help. He's got to rescue Medivh, and so in the first wing, you go through the parlor, you encounter the silverware golem, you have a magic mirror, and then you have the iconic Karazhan chess event.
When I heard it's coming out, I got really excited. Can you maybe talk a little bit about the chess event in Hearthstone?
Yeah, it was so fun putting that together. For me, it's kind of the perfect storm of everything. I love Karazhan from World of Warcraft, I love chess, and I love Hearthstone, and so putting them all together was super cool.
Now, in terms of gameplay, you added a few novelties as well. Can you maybe talk a bit about the cards we get after completing the first wing?
My favorite card is called Protect the King! Exclamation point. It's really fun. It summons a bunch of 1/1 taunts for you. But the most important part is the amazing illustration where you have this pawn just tackling this knight, and it's great.
To keep with the chess theme, I'm really excited about the Ivory Knight. It's a 4/4 paladin minion that continues the discover mechanic that we had in League of Explorers. It lets you discover a spell and then restore health to your hero equal to its cost.
Well, I love those two cards and can already starting to think of like decks creating it around those kind of cards. Now, is there anything you can share already about the second wing?
Yeah, in Wing 2, we send you back into the Opera House. It's going to be super cool. You'll see some of your favorite performers. You'll see Romulo and Julianne. You'll see the Big Bad Wolf. You'll see the Crone. It's going to be amazing.
I really want to know, can you maybe show us a sneak peek of the cards we get after the second wing?
Sure, I'm really excited about Barnes. He's a 3/4 minion that summons a 1/1 actor that's representing a minion from your deck. So you can get a turn 4 Ragnaros or a turn 4 Ysera and do totally insane things.
My favorite's probably Moat Lurker. One, because he lurks in a moat. But he has this fun mechanic where, as his battle cry, he destroys a minion, so he essentially gobbles them down, and then when he dies, he blurts them back up onto the field. So it's super amusing to me.
That sounds amusing, definitely. I'm really looking forward to it, but when can I actually get my hands onto it?
Wing 2 is going to open up on Thursday, right in the middle of Gamescom, and then we have 2 more wings after that.
I can't wait to play it, and thank you guys so much for taking the time here to have a little chat about the new adventure in Hearthstone.
Our pleasure. We're really looking forward to you playing it too.
It was great. We're really excited about it.
Hey, Wyatt.
Hi, Zoe.
Thanks a lot for joining us for a quick chat.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right. So this year we're going to celebrate the 20th anniversary
Yes.
of Diablo. That's quite a number, and that must have been quite a long road for you guys.
It has been an amazing 20 years for Diablo. The Diablo community is so great. Here at Gamescom, we're going to have Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 playable on the show floor, along with, of course, Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls, and Diablo on console.
All right. Now, as you just mentioned, the older Diablo titles, Diablo 2 just recently even got a patch. It's so incredible to me that you're still supporting the older games as well after such a long time.
Yes, I mean, standing behind our games is really important to Blizzard as a company, no matter what game it is across all of our franchises. We want players to know that when the Blizzard name is on the box, that it's going to be a sign of quality, and that means patching and updating the games as necessary. Now, obviously, most of the content patches have been in Diablo 3, but we don't want to leave Diablo 2 behind.
So yeah, there has been so much content for Diablo 3 ever since it launched. Is this something we can expect or continue to expect from it in the future as well?
Our content patches have been really fun to develop. Usually what we do is we look at different ways that people play the game. Some players are playing competitively and pushing on the highest grade of rifts. Other players want to see a little bit more of the story unfold. Recently, in the last patch, we added a whole bunch of new cosmetics that are available, whether they be transmogs for your gear or also a whole bunch of pets, including there was a new treasure goblin that would drop you a cosmetic pet when it died. And some players don't care at all about greater rifts, but get really excited about collecting cosmetic pets. In a previous patch, we released set dungeons, which were unique challenges that were tailored. It's funny to go back and think to the original launch of Diablo prior to Reaper of Souls, and we had set items, but they weren't as meaningful as they are now. And then with the launch of Reaper of Souls, we decided that we were going to have set items that really made your character powerful, and we wanted to make sure that the set dungeons gave players an opportunity to, take their fun toys out for a spin.
So Kanai's Cube has been one of the very popular bits in the recent patches. Can you maybe tell us a little bit more about the backstory of this one?
Definitely. Kanai's Cube was a feature that in many ways reflected what the players wanted and the community wanted, what the game needed, and also what the team wanted to make. The players really wanted a way to do things like re-roll their legendary items or convert crafting materials from one type to another. But more importantly, we wanted to memorialize and create a tribute to a member of the team that passed away a few years ago. Kanai's Cube is actually named after Kevin Kanai Griffith. He was an artist on the team, an environment artist, who was on the team for the entire development of Diablo 3. And he passed away from cancer. The team got together and then we discussed amongst ourselves, how do we want to remember Kevin? And it was decided that we would name Kanai's Cube in his honor. So Kanai's Cube not only is very useful to the players, but has a very special meaning for the team.
All right, well, it just seems like the world keep on growing and evolving. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for us in the future. Now, White, thank you so much for taking the time for a quick chat when we're here.
Definitely. The team is super passionate about Diablo 3. We love Diablo. We love the community that's gathered behind the game. We're very happy to be celebrating 20 years.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi again.
Hi again. It's been a while. Yeah. So guys, what have you and the Heroes team been up to lately?
It's been a crazy first year of Heroes of the Storm. There's been 19 new heroes, 3 new battlegrounds. We've had massive feature overhauls, like we redid our entire rank system. So it's a much more kind of fun, more relaxed way to play with draft mode. We're patching the game every week with balance changes. We add new heroes every 3 to 4 weeks. We have massive patches every 6 weeks or so. So it's just this kind of onslaught of new content all the time in Heroes of the Storm. It's been a really fun ride.
Wow, so that sounds like you had a really packed year and it's not even over yet. We have Gamescom coming up. What are you guys having in store for us this year?
We got a big Machines of War event coming. It's going to be introducing Starcraft into the Nexus. We got a few Starcraft battlegrounds coming. The first of which is Braxis Holdout. This takes place in the junkyard planet of Port Sion, where the Terran and the Zerg are meeting each other. Players are actually going to be building up Zerg forces and holding pens and unleashing them in just a ravaging wave of destruction upon it. It's going to be a blast. And then the other one is a Warhead Junction.
Yeah, so Warhead Junction, the fantasy of that one was really about trying to capture what it's like to be a ghost in StarCraft 2, and specifically a ghost who's nuking things. So this is something where it's the first time we've created a battleground where individual players are getting a new ability on it. Warheads will spawn across the map. The players have to kind of go out and channel on them, capture them. Once they do, they'll get an activated nuke ability on their command card. It's going to do a huge amount of damage in a large area to structures. It'll do percentage damage to heroes. Multiple heroes can have nukes at the same time, so they can coordinate and cast them together, or they can be doing individual strikes with them. If you're killed, though, you drop the nuke, and your enemies or your allies can pick it up, and then they can use the nuke as well. It's a really different take on objective, something really different from what we've ever done before.
Well, those 2 battlegrounds sound really fun. I know exactly that every StarCraft player out there is going to be very excited to get their hands on that. Is there anything else they should be looking forward to on those ones?
As part of Machines of War, what's really cool is bringing StarCraft into the Nexus. It means that we're bringing in all new minions, all new mercenaries, all new bosses, all new structures, cores, towns. Everything's being replaced to be StarCraft themed, and they've really gone overboard on making this an amazing new battleground.
Now, for Eternal Conflict, we had obviously also new heroes being playable in game. Are we having the same this time around as well?
Absolutely. There's a couple new heroes coming in with Machines of War. The first one is a StarCraft hero. He is Alarak.
This should be fun.
Alarak is a melee assassin. His kit's really built around kind of punishing enemy heroes that are kind of overextended.
This shall be the instrument of my wrath.
Alarak is a really fun hero, ton of damage, a lot of ability to kind of configure the battleground.
So yeah, the second hero we're actually bringing over isn't from StarCraft. We're bringing over Zarya from Overwatch.
I am the strongest.
She's going to be only our second ranged warrior that we've had in the Nexus. Similar to what we did with Tracer, we're bringing over her kit almost entirely intact. Can't wait to see her played.
Neither can I, and I personally can't wait to actually play that content myself. When will I be able to do that for the first time?
The very first time is going to be at Gamescom. So Machines of War is going to be playable at Gamescom. Both Battlegrounds will be there. Both Heroes will be there. That'll be the first time in the world anyone's got a chance to play that stuff. So we're really excited to get in their hands and get their feedback on it.
Anything else you want to spoil us with outside of that? And I already sound spoiled if I'm asking for more, really.
There's a brand new legendary skin coming along with Machines of War. And this time it's Kerrigan getting the love.
Hail to the Queen.
People are really going to enjoy our legendary skin for Kerrigan.
I've got something awesome to share too. We're going to be introducing awards at the end of matches as they come up. So players will actually be able to earn Most Valuable Player and up to 4 other awards at the end of every match based on their individual performance.
There is definitely a lot of awesome stuff coming our way, and I can't wait to try it out. At Gamescom, will I be seeing you guys there?
Definitely.
Yep, absolutely. We'll both be there. We'll be out on the show floor. There'll be demos, so people should come check it out. We can talk to them while they're playing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see them there.
Awesome. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Hi. Hey, Matt.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Super happy to be here.
Well, wonderful. Are you ready to talk some StarCraft?
For sure.
So, what has the StarCraft 2 team been up to lately?
Actually, quite a lot. The team's been hard at work releasing a ton of content over the last 10 months. They started out with new missions for players with Nova Covert Ops, moved on to a full ladder revamp, and then across the whole year, they've released a bunch of content around co-op missions.
Yeah, co-op missions, definitely something I'm enjoying a lot. Like the mutators, they give it so much replayability.
Absolutely. The team, I think, has really done a great job with that. Mutators and Masteries have revamped the way people play the game. We have players break up into different types of play. You know, of course they play on the ladder, but they've been playing a ton of co-op missions, and we have this whole segment of players that play in that now. Really, Masteries brought it around when we added things when players cap at level 15 that they can move into and onto with their Masteries, and that's made a big difference. And from my perspective, the team's done an absolutely great job of continuing to create content for players.
I couldn't agree more. Now, what are we having coming up for Gamescom this year?
We're really excited. We're introducing a new commander at Gamescom this year. A new Protoss commander, Alrak. He is the Tal'Darim High Lord.
Let our enemies come. I will enjoy crushing them into dust.
One of my favorite characters from Legacy of the Void. Hopefully everybody has played that. He's very unique. What's really different about this particular commander is he's playable on the battlefield. And not only is he playable on the battlefield like Kerrigan or Zarya, but he has the top abilities, right? So this really makes him very lethal. And you can expect he has all the Tal'Darim units, all the things you saw in the campaign. And the other thing's really unique about him, he's a bit of a selfish commander, right? He likes to get into the battle. You know, he's got a jump-in charge ability. He has a destruction wave that flings units in the air. But he could get in a little bit of trouble. He's not like the other heroes on the battlefield. He's a little bit vulnerable, and he really needs an army to support him. There's a new unit specific to this commander called the Supplicant. And the whole job of the Supplicant is really to sacrifice himself so that Alrak survives. So whenever Alrak takes a lot of damage, he will survive, and the Supplicant will sacrifice himself for it. So we're really excited just to have everybody play him on the Gamescom. We also have a new mission coming out called Missed Opportunities. If you remember from Legacy of the Void, there was the Welcome to the Jungle where you're going out to get the Terrazine gas. This time, though, we have a new character who needs some help. He's someone that you saw with Rainer's Raiders, Egon Stetman. Right, so we're bringing back this old character, but he's been a little isolated, and he sounds a little bit different. He's been a little bit too close to Terrazine gas, but you're here to help him get his harvest spots out there, so can't wait for people to play that. And we also have collections coming out. We've had a lot of players tell us how they want vanity items, like skins and voice packs, and so we really wanted to create an upfront center spot for players to kind of go and browse and take a look at this stuff. We can do a little change in the UI, right, because we got to get this button up there, but you know, the goal really is give it a place for players to see these new items, to see what they have, see what they could possibly want, and make it really clean and easy for them to insert it and play in multiplayer and see these skins and these voices. So we're really excited.
Well, so am I. There's a lot of new content coming our way, and people can play Alrak at Gamescom, is that correct?
That is correct.
Sweet.
And then all of that content's coming really quickly, too. So over the next couple months, that will be releasing to players. So
wow,
very
so
excited
we
about
have
it.
a lot to look forward to. Guys, thank you so much for having a chat with me. And of course, I want to know, do I get to see you guys at Gamescom?
For sure.
We will be there.
Yeah?
This is actually my first time.
Is it really?
Yeah, super excited to be here. I've heard so many great things about it, and I'll get to experience it firsthand this year. So really exciting.
How about you? Have you been to Gamescom
I have
before?
been to Germany, but never to Gamescom, so I am excited to come back and excited to go to Gamescom for the first time.
Well, you guys are in for a treat, and so are we with all the content coming our way. So thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi. Take your seat.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
Doing great. Sweet. So Blizzard is known for its regular content updates for basically all of their games. Is it going to be the same for Overwatch as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we started working on the project, we have all these ideas we want to put in the box, and we want to make this great game. We have a lot of ideas, no shortage of ideas, that's for sure. And the community definitely has no shortage of ideas, which is great.
Now, talking about new content, you recently released the Summer Games. Can you maybe tell us a bit more about that?
We're really excited to have the Summer Games as part of Overwatch now. The Summer Games takes place in Brazil, and it features our Brazilian hero, Lucio.
Oh, I like the sound of that!
The other thing that the Summer Games has is a whole load of new content. There's new skins, there's new sprays, there's new emotes. We have legendary skins that are very appropriately themed for Tracer and for Zarya and for Lucio. These skins and the rest of this content is only available while the Summer Games is active. So if you want it, I encourage you to log on and start playing and get that content. If you like what you see with Summer Games, I think we're going to blow you away in the future.
And what will you guys be showing us at Gamescom this year?
We are really excited to announce our first new map for Overwatch, Eichenwald. It takes place in a German castle in a small German town in the middle of the Black Forest.
Why did you guys choose this location, and how does it tie in with the whole Overwatch lore as well?
There's a lot of story behind this map, and just like all the other maps that we have in the world, we try to build the world up around them because we're so committed to Overwatch as a universe. And this town that you'll see in Germany in the castle is instantly recognizable. It kind of just delivers its own fantasy just by running around this map, and so we want all of our maps to kind of convey these perfect little fantasies around the world. The other thing is that we wanted to have some gameplay that we haven't done before on some of our maps. So the middle part of this map, it's very vertical, and it all kind of takes place, it spirals around this castle, and you have to kind of cross a drawbridge at the end of it.
It's a great Widowmaker spot.
It is.
It's really good.
Well, everything's a great Widowmaker spot for you.
One shot, one kill.
And lastly, this map is playable right now at Gamescom, so stop over at the Overwatch booth if you want to see it, and it will go live this September.
Sweet.
Also, we have a skin in the game for Bastion. It kind of looks like he has come from a forest somewhere. Well, this is the forest where Bastion came from.
So talking about Overwatch lore, the Overwatch animated shorts have been a very big success, and they did a great job at telling the hero backstories. I now have two guys joining me from the Blizzard animation team. Thanks so much for joining here for a quick chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, what is in store for us for the Overwatch animated short series?
So we're very excited about the success of the Overwatch first series. We've had millions of people watch it online, and there's a lot of great community interest in the stories, and we're very excited about that because that's what geeks us up.
Yeah, and we are really hard at work on the second series of the animated short. We're going to kick off the first episode, which is based on our favorite robot, Bastion.
So you'll be able to see it live here for the first time at Gamescom. It's going to be on the live stage, or you'll be able to see it on the live stream. Till then, here's a sneak peek.
Whoa, 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 Soe, no, you're not allowed to play till tomorrow.
Oh, worth a try, isn't it?
I guess so. By the way, how cool was that trailer? I'm so hyped for Bastion. I cannot wait. And we get to play some Blizzard games here.
Yeah, neither can I. I mean, we're gonna have such a cool show planned here in Cologne. In hall number 7, we have 500 gaming stations.
It's
where
almost
people
too
play.
many for us, isn't it, really?
For the two of us,
exactly.
But for everyone out there, they can play Blizzard games all day long, so it's gonna be great.
Oh, I can't wait. And for the people at home who can't come here, we're live streaming it all. It's crazy. We've got esports action, we've got costume and dance contests, we've got the video games live concerts, and that's just a couple of things. There's so much going on.
Yeah, we also have show matches on stage, and of course we have the tournaments, we have Heroes of the Storm as well as Overwatch, and we have streamers streaming from the area as well.
But let's not forget the most important thing. You and I are doing a show.
Are we really?
Yeah, we're doing a daily recap show at 9 p.m. It's all the best bits. We've got talks with the devs, let's plays. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Do you know where people can watch it?
Of course I do. They just have to head over to gamescom.de
blizzard.com, and they will basically find everything right there.
It's going to be so much fun to do all of this and bring Gamescom to the people at home.